There's not much space up here.
Oh.
Can you just ask him, is that bolted on?
No, it's already, what do you call it? It's welded.
Okay.
It's welded.
Hard work.
It is.
The driver too.
We've got the tail today. Oh.
Is she camera shy? Well, out doing some hard yakka this afternoon. Got to our gardens down here, and we had the boys make some, cut some gemmelina, which we've got a lot of regrowth over on the trees over the other side there. You can see over there. And they'd made this up. We've got enough now for 2 1 metre beds. Oh, they're probably 8 to 10 metres long, I suppose. Yeah, about 30 feet, yep. So what I'm doing this afternoon with Bob's help is just digging out a little bit more from the pathway there, and this pathway as well. This one won't be quite a metre. I think it's they've done a bit close in. Maybe it'd be about 800 mil by the time I leave enough for a wheelbarrow here. Although I guess maybe we don't need to worry about a wheelbarrow as long as we can walk. So anyway, I'll see. I want this at least 400 millimeters wide, but we were trying to do 600, which is about that there. So what I'm doing is just digging a bit of, this is more clay up here. A lot of this, particularly up where Bob is there, was quite loose. Quite nice soil. So I'm just going to fill this in behind the pieces of board here, so it doesn't collapse anymore when we plant. And I'm just basically turn that over to there, fill it. In the process, I'm sort of leveling this a little bit more, I guess. I'd like to have that a little bit more dug out probably, and the garden bed a bit more piled up. And then we need to add some rice husk and ideally compost, but my compost is looking a bit dodgy with all the rain we've had. I've started this little section. This bit's looking okay. Got down to there. I've just got to finish this one, and then I'll see if I can do this one today as well. This is nice and cool in the afternoon now. It's about 3 p.m. or so. We've got a beautiful blue sky. Fantastic. Look how blue it is. Just beautiful. I better get in and do some more shoveling. Okay, well Bob just appeared just as I finished. Thanks Bob. He's checked it out, had a walk on it. A bit hard to stop him. And okay, so this is the finished, well, not quite finished, but I've made a relatively larger path. I think I'd better measure the wheelbarrow again. Just make sure that the legs will fit in here so that we can bring it down with anything in. We'll get Elmer to plant mung beans in here. Now I've measured out, it's 10 metres long to here, so that's a good sized bed. 10 metres, that's easy to work with. 10 metres by 1 metre for the top one. The next one might only be 800 millimetres for the bed, as we're a little bit limited in the path, but I'm thinking we might just do a walking path there, make it a bit narrower. So this is our first real garden bed, I suppose, down in this area, and we planted mung bean in that. It's going nicely. So I sort of leveled or made out this bed. We got this done a little while ago. We've still got to fill in that one there and make a proper bed. As you can see, there's all space down there, so this still needs to be done. But we did this one and then got this planted, I think about 10 days ago. And the mung beans are coming up nicely here. And it's really easy to weed at the moment. So you can see I'm trying to get into the roots. These ones are very small. But even with them, you can see that. What I was noticing before, you can see how all the soil, you can see where the rain's hitting it. Now, if we had mulch on that, or grass, I don't think we'd be getting that same thing. It would, and then it would also hold the moisture in. It would probably protect the soil. So we're going to put some rice husk on here. And then we want to put some grass on. The difference from having it in beds like this, so we can walk along, we don't ever have to step in the middle, and we're compressing the soil when we do that. Over here, just because of the time, as you can see, it's quite an effort to develop this, particularly on contour. And so we're going to do this side over the next month or two, I guess. We'll make these proper gardens. And then in the meanwhile, over here, you can see the area that's been planted right across to there and down to the bottom. So as you can see, the mung beans have been coming up nicely. So we've got them in at a good time. And it's had plenty of rain on. And then the girls came through. Now that's 2 weeks ago that this was planted. And then we got, one of the girls came through, I think it was last week, and did some weeding. So the plan here is to do the Three Sisters with additions. So basically the mung bean is a prelude to the Three Sisters system, or method, if you like. These are getting to the stage about 2 weeks where we should now start to grow the corn. So we've got to put the corn in then in between these beds. And then once the corn is up to about, I think it's 30 centimetres high, so maybe double what these are, then we can plant our beans next to the corn, and they'll use the corn to grow up. And then I think the other one is peanuts. So this will end up being intersowed with all of those things over the next month or two. And then we'll see how we go with getting that. But as I say, the problem with it is for future use, we're going to be compacting the soil every time we walk in here to plant something else. It's how they do it here. And obviously it takes a lot of time to do this. But once we've done this, now we can use it and we don't have to dig up again. We don't have to get the caribou again. That's expensive to get the caribou in. That's a local tractor, really.